Felt like you need a map, a compass, and maybe a tour guide just to get around your company's business software? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. But what if there was a better way? A guide that actually speaks your language? Well, let's dive in and meet the AI copilot that's set to change everything, Joule.
Okay, so to get why a copilot is such a game changer, we have to talk about data. I mean, modern business runs on a nonstop flood of information, right? And enterprise software is the engine that's supposed to handle it all. It's incredibly powerful, but let's be real. It can feel like you're trying to drink from a fire hose.
You've got all these complex processes like record to report. Then you've got payables management. Oh, and don't forget treasury risk management.
And of course, integrated group reporting. I mean, each one of these is its own little universe with its own rules and language. Feeling overwhelmed yet? Good. That's kind of the point. All of these functions, they all live inside what you could call the SAP universe. It's this vast, powerful system that runs some of the biggest companies in the world. But for the person who has to use it every day, that complexity can be a serious roadblock.
But what if you could just cut through all of that noise? This is exactly where Joule comes in. It's designed to be the simple, straightforward answer to the super complex world.
So what is Joule really? Well, it's a generative AI copilot. The easiest way to think about it is like a super smart assistant that's built right into your SAP software. Its whole job is to dig through all your different business systems, find what you need, and give it to you in a way that actually makes sense, right in the moment. And here's the magic. No more digging through complicated menus, no more trying to remember obscure transaction codes. You just ask. You talk to it in plain English, just like you'd ask a coworker for help. And you know, this isn't some clunky add-on you have to figure out how to install. Joule is designed to work right out of the box. It's already embedded across SAP's cloud software. We're talking HR, finance, supply chain, you name it. It comes pre-trained on business data, so it gets the context of what you're doing. And super important, it's built to be compliant with all the big privacy and ethics standards, and it updates itself automatically.
Okay, so that all sounds great on paper, but what does this actually mean for you, day to day? Let's look at Joule in action and see how it really simplifies your workday.
It really boils down to 3 simple but powerful things. 1, you can ask a question in plain English and get real-time info back just like that. 2, if you're stuck and don't know how to do something, Joule acts like your own personal how-to guide. And 3, it saves you a ton of time by just taking you directly to the exact transaction or screen you need to be on. No more clicking around.
This really puts it into perspective, doesn't it? The old way was all about digging through long search results, manually filtering everything, reading document after document just to find one piece of information. The Joule way, you ask a question, get a summary, and boom, you're exactly where you need to be. It's literally the difference between using an old library card catalog and just asking the librarian.
But just answering your questions, that's only the beginning. The next evolution of this tech is something called Joule agents. And this is where things get really interesting. So here's the key difference. If Joule the Copilot is helping you fly the plane, Joule agents can actually start automating parts of the flight all by themselves. They're built to handle entire workflows, automatically connecting all the different steps in a complex business process. So what does that actually look like? Well, we're talking about way more than just automating data entry. Imagine an agent that can optimize your supply chain by seeing a potential shortage and rerouting shipments before a person even spots the problem. Or an agent that doesn't just handle a financial dispute, but learns from it to suggest better contract terms in the future. And these agents don't just stay in their lane. The whole idea is for them to work across the entire company: finance, HR, supply chain, breaking down those walls that have always existed between departments to give you one unified view of what's really going on. So when you put all of this together, what does it actually mean for the future of how we work? Well, the implications are pretty huge. What we're seeing is a fundamental shift. We are moving away from a world where we have to learn how to navigate complicated software to a world where we just collaborate with it. The software becomes less of a tool you have to operate and more of a partner you work alongside. And the ultimate payoff here? By automating all the repetitive, tedious tasks, we free up our most valuable resource, our own time and brain power. We get to focus on solving bigger problems, on innovating, on the strategic, creative work that really matters. It lets humans get back to being human. Which leaves us with one final, fascinating question to chew on. When your software truly understands you, without you having to learn its language first,
how does the very nature of your job begin to change?
You know, for the longest time, the